Why does massage therapy work? Is it because we find knots and trigger points and we hold them and then they go away and you feel better? Is it because we engage you in these long PNF style stretches and you momentarily feel relief and you feel like your tissue has been elongated and you can move better? Is it providing a tranquil atmosphere for you to disengage your mind for a part of the day? Is it being in close proximity, being touched, really close proximity, being touched by a nurturing fellow human that is carving out part of their day and kind of manifesting their best intentions for you? Is it that we deliver on your expectations? I was thinking earlier, if a athlete needs a sports massage, they somehow have been told they would benefit from one, they usually seek out sports massage, sports work. They don't necessarily want to be in a session where you're working very slow, like myofascial release kind of things. They don't need the tranquil Swedish sort of stereotypical work. They're thinking, I need some vigorous work, I need some stretching, I need you to get in there, mess with my tissue, create some kind of change, as if there's any sort of actual plastic change taking place that we can document. If you perform this sports massage, you've kind of delivered on their expectation. And I think there's this neurological component that sees that and makes peace with it and says, I've received what I needed. I feel better. Now I can be more active. Now I'm restored in some manner. And likewise, if somebody's coming in for headaches or migraines, I can work the tissue in question that typically seems to be the culprit, as far as tissue being a culprit can be. And I'm working with the nervous system as a focus. But it could just be that these people that have headaches and migraines really need thoughtful touch, thoughtful framework in which to work around them. I think a lot of people feel like they need intervention. And it's in our nature to say, help, when we've got a problem, instead of thinking, okay, what have I tried? What am I going to do? What works for me? What's within my power as an individual before I go and consult somebody else? And there's nothing wrong with seeking help ever. But what I'm curious about is how much of massage, hands-on and discipline-wise, is actually beneficial in comparison to a calm environment, a kind practitioner, a time of your day in which people aren't, sending you emails and demanding things from you, that you pick up your kids from some location, or you file those TPS reports or something like that. I think to enhance the way massage therapy works, we have to ask some of these questions because we actually don't know some of the answers. And it's like we step on a lot of toes when we ask these questions in the massage therapy community, but hell, with physical therapy and OTs and chiros, like, a lot of people are uncomfortable calling into question what aspects of our work helps. Because there's also a lot of people that will be unapologetically BSing you about what works and why it works, with some kind of pseudoscientific kind of methodology that cannot be repeated, and no proof can be shown of any before and after effects. I mean, we're dealing with a very subjective sort of therapy, are we not? Like, I've had people come out and want to give me hugs because they felt so much better. I've had people say, look what I can do. Oh my gosh, I have to come and see you more often. I really need to see you more often. Then every now and then I've got these folks that are like, thanks so much. I feel good. And I'm sitting there like, okay. They come back. They usually come back. But what a major change. That's so subjective. You know, I cannot put them up on my post-massage calibration machine and say, it seems that you've acquired, you know, more range of motion in your neck and shoulders, but at the same time, not much of a market increase in that spasticity that was occurring around your knee. Like, it's subjective. So I ask these questions to kind of help me grow as a therapist, but to also encourage kind of a morphology in massage therapy to see, go away, go play, to see what we can kind of establish in a new paradigm, instead of thinking, oh, body's broken, people have a problem, we got to fix it. Instead, fostering this idea of, I will cooperate with a client to help them get from Alice, go play. We have an entertainer on our hands. I want to push some boundaries and I want to jolt some minds, and mainly it's a selfish kind of pursuit. I want to learn more about how I can be a better therapist and be more efficient, but I also want to be straight talking and not make people feel they need our work to survive. There's this therapist, I guess several states away, he might be in the Midwest. I think his name is Sean Kitzman. And I read some of his posts, and he had this video about establishing in your practice cooperation versus intervention. And I freaking loved it. And it wasn't a very complex idea, but it was just, you know, are you setting up an environment for your clients in which you're intervening on their behalf and you're doing something, you are manually manipulating tissue in order to get them to some place that they need to be in? Or are you cooperating with them and telling them, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm providing, this is how I'm doing it, what do you think? And then we go from there. And I loved it. It's like, I would much rather be that cooperative element than to say, come see me and I'll jump up and down on your back and, you know, do some voodoo over your head and you'll feel better, and to keep those blessings going, see me once a week for the next 8 weeks, that kind of stuff. I don't want to foster dependency. I don't think that's healthy in manual therapy or anywhere else in life. It's all about empowering the individual. But I just had to rant and think out loud because these ideas have been on my mind. I had a massage and a Reiki session this week that I received, and it was pretty crazy. I thought, man, I'm getting up, I'm feeling better, I'm feeling real relaxed. Suddenly a lot of pressing, glaring issues are less pressing and they're less glaring, and I just feel good. And how much of that is working things just so, or how much of it is having time carved out for yourself, being in a room with somebody who's working for you, working on your behalf, creating a plan for you. That in and of itself is a very nurturing and healthy occurrence. And I think that's why so many people benefit from regular massages, where they can have one scheduled weeks in advance and say, I've got that coming up. Like, regardless of what I have to deal with in the next few days, I know I have a massage coming up on Saturday or something, and I'm looking forward to it. It works for me. But this is just part of me documenting some of my thoughts out loud. And so forgive me, but if you've stuck through this video, nearly 10 minutes of it, I applaud you, because I don't have a ton of answers. I just have a lot of thoughts to kind of provoke, and throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. Something will stick. Goodbye.